Hello and welcome back to Simply Greg Sir EV. This is part 2 of our United States East Coast road trip. We left Atlantic City yesterday and we drove down in the VF8 to here in beautiful Annapolis, Maryland, in the parking lot across the street from our hotel. We stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn. So far, we've driven 670 miles on this trip. I drove in from Montreal. We did Montreal, Atlantic City, Annapolis, and now we're going to be heading back up to Albany, New York as we make our way back home. So this is the second part of our drive with the Vinfast VF8, which has been really good on this road trip. So let's get into it. So here we are, we're still in the parking lot in Annapolis across from our hotel. It's a beautiful town here. 44% state of charge. We have 117 miles of range remaining. I think we're gonna go charge this up now at Electrify America, and we'll head back on the road. We'll be heading up through Interstate 83, going up to the 81 through Harrisburg and up to New York State. All right, let's go get this charged up and ready to go. We are now at the Electrify America site here in Annapolis, Maryland. Arrived about 43%. We're just maybe 5-10 minutes from the hotel. Normally I wouldn't charge up this high. Sorry, at this high of a state of charge, but we're kind of going to a bit of a charging desert along Interstate 81 between like Harrisburg and Scranton. So stop here, charge up. We're already passing by, because generally these charging sites are really far off the interstates and it's like a 15-minute round trip just to get back on. So no harm done here. We're still charging good. We'll go about 80-85% and it will all be good. The Vinfast is performing well on this trip. Absolutely fantastic. Pretty solid road tripper, I have to say. There's an ID4 that's getting charged up there now. The good old Signet units are here, pulling 108 kilowatts this high at 48%, which is pretty good. And for some reason, I don't know if you can see it, it didn't log in with my Pass Plus account, so maybe I'll email them after. But all is well at the Electrify America site in Annapolis, Maryland. Electrify America gets a lot of negative press, but so far on this trip, they've been really solid up until this point. I mean, that could change later on in the trip, but so far so good. We've had no communication issues. Maybe 1 or 2 times there's been a dispenser down at a site, but generally it's up and working and the speeds are good. I have to say, maybe those stories online were true at first, but EA's been really improving. I really have to say I'm really impressed with EA. A bit far off the interstates, but it's there and it works. All right, let's stop the charge here. That battery's smoking 40 degrees Celsius. That's really, really hot. We have more of, I think we got enough to reach our destination. Let's stop charging. Stop charge now. Let's go out. This cable is going to be hot. Oh, that's nice and hot. That's nice and hot. Let's get this unplugged. Oh, this goes on this side, my mistake. Yeah, that cable is really hot. Oh, I can't believe how hot it is. And we're right in the sun with no shade. Put this garbage cover back on. That's really, really crappy. All right, let's go. Let's go to Scranton, Pennsylvania. Just got on to Interstate 97 North, so we'll be skirting around Baltimore as we head up towards Scranton on the 81. I know some of you might be yelling at the TV screen saying, oh, you stayed in a hotel, like you could have charged somewhere around the area. Yeah, I could have, but I've also been driving for about 12 hours at that point in the day, maybe 14 hours. I was pretty exhausted, and the last thing I was thinking was where to charge the car once at the hotel. But yeah, a mistake on my part, but not the end of the world. So I figured I would just point that out. Oh no, we had to pull over. Excessive tire pressure and heat warning, so we got to drop some air pressure in the tires. Let's go and do this. This is why I brought my gauge with me. It's hot outside. It's like 40 Celsius outside. It's a hot one. We got to release some air pressure. I'll be back in a minute. So we're good now. Everything is down to roughly what it should be. Within a few pounds, it's fine. They'll build back up. But these tire temps are really high. 46 Celsius, 45 Celsius. Those are some proper tire temperatures. And hey, cool thing about modern TPMS systems is that they actually display temperature. That's a really good feature. I love seeing that. Good job, Vinfast, on the tire temps. Very important. And my racetrack buddy Dave will be very happy seeing that. So we'll get back on the road. Just crossed into Pennsylvania. Everything is going good, but we did have to get off the interstate and check the tire pressures as you saw. Yeah, that's how hot it is. I think it's 40 degrees Celsius outside. So yeah, things are getting nice and toasty. Even the battery is nice and toasty. So we're showing 165 miles to the Electrify America site in Scranton. And the car is showing 168 miles, so we'll see what we'll do if we're going to run it down to a zero. Probably not. We'll probably stop along the 81 somewhere just for like a 5-minute charge, just to have a bit of a buffer in, because now we've entered the charging desert of Pennsylvania. 63% state of charge. All is well here on this road trip. Everything is smooth so far, but that could change. We are in Dorrance, Pennsylvania. We're charging up our VF8 at the charge point site here. Yeah, going through the mountains as I predicted on the 81 was just obliterating the battery. We arrived at 14% state of charge. We're already at 26, pulling 142 kilowatts. Yeah, I didn't think we were going to quite make it to that Electrify America site. Like I said, it was really chewing through the battery really quick. But yeah, this is a pretty nice site. There's only 2 posts, but that's all we needed. Both were free, that's what counts. And it is working. Charge point equipment could be a bit wonky at times, but everything's new here. So it's working. We're going to charge up, and maybe we'll make the next stop once we hit Binghamton, New York, when we cross over from from Pennsylvania into New York, and we'll continue our trip up to Albany. But so far, so good here. The Vinfast is not the most lightweight vehicle there is, or most efficient EV, but she's holding her own. She's holding her own. Oh, it's so loud here. Let's go inside. 142 kilowatts, 136 going in. That battery temperature, 41 Celsius. That's smoking hot. That's smoking hot. That explains why there's a huge loss here. But yeah, I think we're gonna go up to, we'll probably go up to 60-70%. That will be enough to get us into New York, and we'll charge up there. As I said, the hills, sorry, I should say mountain passes, were really chewing into the battery. We stopped at that Love's truck stop. We were at 40%. Within 15-20 miles, we had already gone down to about 28 or 29% state of charge going through those hills. It was going down pretty quick. Like I said, I think we would have made Scranton without an issue, but these ones were available. We had to use the washroom, so why put ourselves through extra misery for no reason when we could just stop here. That battery's getting really hot now, 44 Celsius. It's really ramped down. 60 kilowatts incoming, 54 kilowatts going into the battery. It's really, really, really toasty, that battery. I believe the over temperature is 46 or 47 Celsius. That's getting really up there. All right, that's enough. Let's get out of here. We have more than enough charge to get to our next stop. It's only about 120 kilometers. We'll stop charge. And the battery is smoking hot right now. Let's unplug. Come on. Put this back in. That was an expensive charge. But whatever. It's all good. Let's get this chintzy port back in place. Onwards. Still on Interstate 81. We just went through Scranton. We went off the the interstate for a bit. I just wanted to go through a little town that I know. So now we're back on. We're going to be stopping in Binghamton, New York. Probably a Tesla supercharger with Magic Dock to get charged up for the run into Albany. And we will stay in Albany for the night. We hope you are enjoying watching, and if you did make it this far, think about liking and subscribing. Remember, it's free. Made it to the charger, 23%. Let's go get plugged in and see if I can do this with two hands. So we're in Binghamton, New York now. We had planned to go to a Tesla supercharger, but there was nothing there, like literally nothing there. So let's get plugged in here. Open up the charge port. Grab this. Let's get plugged in. Let's get initiated on the app. See, we had planned to go to the Tesla supercharger. Electrify America. What's this charger number? Charger 4. Let's get charger 4, swipe. Let's see what it says here, if it's initiating. Yeah, initiating charge. Click. It's gonna talk, it's gonna handshake, there we go, continue. I don't know why it always says thank you for choosing Electrify America. It makes you think that it's not working. It just takes a while. But yeah, pretty nice site here, pretty nice site. There's two hyper-fast 350s that hopefully work. And there we go, we're going up 23%. So we'll do up to 80% here, then we'll continue for the run to Albany, about 2 hours away. So we're charging here in Binghamton, New York at a Love's truck stop actually. Loves is so far been good on this trip. Actually, Electrify America in general has been really good on this trip. We've had no issues. That's pulling 140 kilowatts. So yeah, everything's great. Vinfast is great. The driver's getting a bit tired though. Now, Laura and I were getting pretty tired, so we'll go get something for dinner here at the Wendy's and we'll continue. And we're at 140 kilowatts as I said, so we'll come back after. All right, let's get unplugged here. Let's stop the charge. Stopping charge. Let's get unplugged. Perfect. The temperature is actually a lot colder than it was, and everything is loud here. Every single car is obnoxiously loud. I literally cannot film. All right, let's get back in the car. I love how everything is like obnoxiously loud. So what's the destination? That's the first warning fault we got all trip. Where are we headed to now? There we go, connected.
Why is it trying to connect?
No, it's here. So we're gonna go to our hotel in Albany now, and we'll check in there for the night. So yeah, this was actually a nice charging site here in Binghamton, New York. Again, I'm sorry for the loud. Everyone seems to have some sort of exhaust system on their cars and or trucks. Whoa, look at the bugs on the front of the car. That's a lot of bugs. I actually cleaned that off when we were charging in Binghamton. Look at all those bugs. So we've made it to the hotel. We're actually in Albany. We're right by the university at a Marriott Courtyard. Maybe we'll get some points on this, but the Vinfast was great. That was a long drive. I'm pretty tired right now, so we'll stay here for tonight and we'll make our way back home tomorrow after we do some shopping here at the mall. As you see, we're at a Marriott Courtyard. I'll worry about charging the Vinfast tomorrow. I'm pretty exhausted right now. So tomorrow we'll sleep in a bit and we'll figure out the charging aspect. It's like at 20%. So there's no issues there, plenty of charging around here. Again, maybe I should have found a hotel with charging, but I don't really care. It's not, I'm not in a race or anything, so we'll see you in the morning time. Well, good morning, guys. We slept okay last night. Perhaps not the best mattress. Definitely subpar at Marriott, for sure. So we're still in Albany. We have a few things to do. I want to go clean the bugs off the Vinfast. We still have to charge it. We're going to go hit up the shopping mall, go have breakfast and all that stuff. I don't think we're going to film any of that. There's really no point. So we'll probably see you at the charging stop. I think that will be best. So we made it to the Electrify America site here in Albany at the Walmart. Laura's just inside getting some stuff at Walmart. I'm going to charge up to probably about 40 or 50% because we will be making one more stop on the trip and we won't be at this Walmart for long, but they're all hyper-fast 350s except for one, the Chatamo, which is the old ABB, which is just over there. But we got a Kia EV9 charging up here. We got a ID4 Pro. We got our Vinfast, and we have a Ioniq 6 charging. So yeah, it's all good. Pretty nice selection. Ioniq 6. We got the Vinfast, the ID4 Pro, and the EV9. EV9 is probably the coolest one here. I have to admit that's pretty cool. Let's go see what the Vinfast is at now. Let's see. 134 kilowatts. Actually, we plugged in at 16%. We're already at 21, so we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Let's have a look in here. Yeah, we are at 130 kilowatts. That's pretty solid. It's showing 134 on the post. That's a bit weird. Anyways, we'll charge up here for like 10-15 minutes. Let's see what we are at. We'll go to EV. 52% state of charge. That's good enough for what we have to do here. That's good enough for what we have to do. Let's go to CarPlay. Let's stop the charge. Will it stop from here? Yeah, it definitely stopped from here. Let's unplug and go. It definitely, that's cool. It worked through the app. Let's get unplugged. Boom, perfect. Let's go. Close up this chintzy cap. I hate it. Let's go. So we're finished up our shopping here in Albany, or just north of Albany. 32% state of charge. We did an Electrify America stop and I made this big detour out to Cracker Barrel, only to realize that there's one here where we would be shopping. Anyways, we're gonna head up to the Le Creuset store in Lake George, and yeah, we'll probably go and top up a bit now, just around the corner here, and we'll head up to Lake George, and then we'll make the final run towards home. So if this spot looks familiar, it is, because we're back at that Stewart's convenience store. We're just gonna charge up here for a bit before we head up to Lake George. So we'll use the same dispenser that we used before at the beginning of the trip. Kind of ironic we ended up. Let's get started. This is a really cheap plug. I said that before. So I forgot how this worked. We select your output, CCS. Yeah, well, we'll go into here. So we plugged in the CCS handle. Let's see if it will do tap pay.
Authorizing.
Yes, it did. And we should be good to go. This was actually a good one. This worked pretty well. We are allowed to stop charging. I should say, sorry, start charging. What am I saying? So while that's setting up, as you can see, the bugs are horrendous on the Vinfast. I think we'll give that a clean, and the windscreen while we're here, while we charge up. It's just running through its checks. We got the clicks going on, and we're good to go. So let me get that, let me get these bugs cleaned up and we'll check back in. All right, that's good enough at 60%. We'll figure it out if we need to charge more. Stop charging. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Candle is out. Charging is finished. Good to go. Let's put this back in and get back on the road because the store closes at 6 p.m. Just passed through Lake George on the way back from the Le Creuset factory outlet where we bought some pieces, and weirdly enough spent the most money on this trip was at the store, but we do enjoy that brand. So we're just heading north on Route 9 now, probably stop at Frontier Town and charge up there. There's a huge charging site, Tesla Magic Docks, Evolve NY, all of that stuff. So we're at 38% state of charge, and yeah, all is well over here in the final stretch of this journey before we hit the Canadian border and before we end up back at home. So we'll check in at the charging stop. Well, we have made it to the Tesla Supercharger Magic Dock in North Hudson, New York. Very nice site. I took 1A, which has the, I guess it's a pull through. It has the post curbside, so easy to hook up the Vinfast. But this site is really nice. You have 4 dispensers there of Evolve and Y, and you have another 4 posts going in over there. Very cool. So we'll sit here for a while, and we'll charge the Vinfast up to 80% before the run into Montreal and give you a bit of a site tour. Actually, it's really nice here. These are 4 posts. These are SK, so these are signets, and that's the same Kia Niro that we saw in Atlantic City. We actually charge next to that car in Atlantic City. So this is labeled as an Electrify America site, operated by Evolve and Y. There's 4 more posts going in there. There's the Tesla Supercharger there, and we're charging up the Vinfast over there. A lot of people told me before setting off on this trip I wouldn't be able to drive an EV in the United States. There would be nowhere to charge it. There'd be charging problems. I really haven't had a single problem on this trip. Yes, I did have that first Tesla Magic Dock incident. I don't know what was going on there, but it wasn't really a big deal because there was still plenty of other charging. But I haven't had any issues driving an EV, at least on the east coast of the United States whatsoever. The Vinfast has been performing absolutely amazing. The charging has worked perfectly, no communication issues, nothing like that. It's been good everywhere we went. I'm very impressed. I'm very happy that I got to do this trip. This is the big one for a while, the trip in the United States. I'd like to go a bit deeper next time, maybe drive down to Florida, but that might come this winter. So we'll finish up charging here, we'll get back on the road, and once we get back home, I'll give you the final thoughts. But everything is good here in North Hudson, New York. Tesla Supercharger Magic Dock, and right behind me, the Electrify America Evolve NY, and again, that Kia Niro was the one that we were charging at next to Friday in Atlantic City. So all good here. Very nice site here. Good convenience store inside too. We've already stopped the charge. We'll pull out the Magic Dock, untwist the cable and put it back in, and put our favorite chintzy cable back in place here. We'll get this done and we will get out of here. Let's go. We drove 2,184 kilometers. That's about, 1,400 miles. Average efficiency was 21.3 kilowatts per 100 kilometers, which is, I would say, not the greatest, but not bad for a vehicle of this size and weight. Well, we're back home now. That was an awesome drive. I'm so happy that I got to share with you. As I said, it's something I've been wanting to do. So we drove about almost 2,200 kilometers since Friday morning when we left here, and this is where we started this trip here at my house. What can I say? No issues charging. The Vinfast is the real MVP on this trip. 0 issues. A couple of weird warning lights that did come on, then they went off. Not really a big deal. Super comfortable, pretty good range, pretty good charging speeds, I have to say. It was charging up pretty good. We didn't really run it down really under 16 or 17% state of charge. There's really no reason to do that. Charging infrastructure looked great in the States. Electrify America is the one that impressed me. We didn't have any issues at any Electrify America stands we went to, Electrify America sites. I'm just really happy that we got to do this. I'm the more I think about it, I'm just so happy I got to share this trip with you. We did our USA road trip. We did it in a Vinfast VF8 and everything went smooth. There were zero issues, as I keep saying. So there you go. I don't know what more I can add to this other than thanks for watching and have yourselves a good day or good night depending on the time you're watching this. And the Vinfast VF8 did the job perfectly fine. We'll see you in the next video.